Where's your mask?
Oh, you know.
I was just joking.
Whoops, forgot.
Hi.
Hi.
It's so good to see you.
Likewise.
First time at the Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, my first time.
Everyone's excited to see you today. Flex is getting a massage right now, but he's going to come out at 4. He's going to come and say hi to you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get in there. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I know, they left that there. I know.
Just to scare off people.
There you go, Ray.
Hi, how are you?
This is Ashley. This is Ray. He's the gatekeeper today.
Hi.
Gatekeeper. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
He's going to make you sign
I just need you to fill out
a waiver, yeah.
And then you'll post up.
Okay.
All right, guys, my Max 6. We are back at the Dragons there, Las Vegas, and I have the great pleasure to have, for a long time, it's been a long time since I wanted to get her back on the channel, Ashley Kaltwasser. Ashley, welcome back to JTV.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
I know, we had to have you back. Jay insisted. He says, listen, we have to get Ashley back because we filmed a few times this year. It was a few months ago already. That was before the Olympia. And what a finish. What a year you had. He said, we have to wrap up this year. She did so great. Broke all kinds of records. And at the time, we weren't sure if you were actually going to do it. But you did it. And I want to kind of recap the year you had, which was tremendous, with a strong third place at the Olympia. Congratulations. You must be ecstatic.
Thank you. Yes, I had such an amazing year, and I still can't believe I did it. I'm very satisfied. It was a great way to end off the season, and I'm looking forward to 2022.
Already.
I'm going to do the first bikini show of 2022.
Which is?
It is the Legends Classic. It's a muscle contest show, and it's here in Las Vegas on February 5th. So how could I not do it? It's here. So I'm going to be there. So I'm less than 2 months out right now.
I know. I was going to say, while we were filming the exercise you're doing today, how good you look already. I was like, you look like contest shape. Did you even get a break? Or tell me a little bit of what's been happening since the Olympia.
Yeah, so after the Olympia, I still maintain my shape. I've been pretty much maintaining this whole year. Little breaks here and there, but nothing major. But after the Olympia, I did a Europe tour, and I just got back from it like a week ago. But I went to Romania, I went to the UK, and I went to Spain, and I was gone for like a month. So it's good to be back home, but it was a great experience.
So we were talking about, how many competition has been, or pro shows has been won in 1 year, and we were trying to see if you could, beat that record this year. Tell me, how many contests did you do this year? How many did you win?
So I competed in 14 contests this year, and I won 8.
That's a really good average.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm happy with it.
And a third place at the Olympia, so you're back in the winner's circle. That must feel tremendous, huh?
Oh, yes. It was good to be back. I'm like, I'm back in the mix. And then, I haven't placed that high in a while.
Since when? What year?
Okay, so let's see. I, unfortunately, was having this trend, right? So I won 3 Olympias, and then after that, I got a 4th place. And then I took a year off completely. And then when I came back, I got a 5th, and then a 6th, and then a 7th. And then this year, I got a 3rd. So I'm reversing that trend.
Big time.
So it's good to be back in the mix, like the first call-out mix, and I'm really excited. And I think, each show I do, I'm learning, and I'm improving. So I want to take all that knowledge with me into 2022, and we can see what happens. Maybe I can do better than that.
Talk to me a little bit about reversing that trend, because a lot of times, sometimes, people are on a winning streak or in a downward, spiral. How did you turn that around? Is there something that happened after that 7th place that made you, what did you do? What was the game plan for you to actually be able to reverse it and start winning all those shows again and placing so high? Did you do anything? Or was it your mindset? What was it?
Oh, yeah, definitely my mindset. You got to have a strong mindset. I mean, especially for bikini, because it's very all over the place at times, right? So you got to be very strong-minded. But I came into this year and be like, you know what? I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm going to compete in a crap ton of shows. I'm going to see how well my body can maintain. It was like a little experiment, right? I was going to see how good my body can maintain and see what I can learn throughout this whole year. And I learned so much. And I think that's what made the difference, because previously my record for the most shows I've competed in was 8 shows, and that was in 2014. So it's been a long time. So I competed in 14 shows this year. I learned from every single show I did. And the most incredible thing I think about it all is I maintained pretty well. A few shows here and there I was a little bit off, but I was surprised how well I was able just to keep going and keep pushing.
What would you say is the most important thing you learned this year? You said you learned a lot of things, and you learned a little bit with every passing shows. What would you say is one of the things that made the most importance to you this year as far as learning things?
I think what I learned the most is you just got to go for it, Be fearless, just freaking go for it. Do all the crazy things, right? I did so many crazy things this year. Like, for example, I competed in 2 shows in 1 weekend. Crazy stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I competed in Europe. You know what I mean? Like, I just competed back to back in some cases. I wanted to test myself.
So you took chances this year.
I took chances. I made improvements every single time because I learned from every single show I did. So I think that was like the learning that I accomplished this year was just go for it.
No holds barred. Just go for it.
Freaking go for it. Don't let anything set you back. Just go for it.
I like that. How hard is it? And I always like to ask this question for you guys who are traveling so much, and you just came, from a trip in Europe. How hard is it to keep to your diet? Do you bring all your kitchen with you? How do you do it to actually stick to the diet while you're traveling?
Well, it's different in a different country because the access is limited to what food you have. Even the nutrition labels are off. But to be quite honest, and I think a lot of people would be shocked by this, I don't even weigh my food. I don't. Really? Even here, I don't weigh it. No.
So you eyeball?
I eyeball it.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people think I'm like crazy obsessed. Like you'd think that somebody that takes it this seriously is got to be super hyper, like focus on ounces and grams and stuff. I just eyeball everything. But I think I'm allowed to do that because I maintain rather than go off season, on season, off season. I'm always on. So you know what I mean? It kind of allows me that little leniency, I guess. But it is challenging overseas, especially with the customs and stuff. You can't really bring a lot of your foods. You just gotta have to go search. I do have a mini George Foreman grill that I travel with, and I can always cook things, even if it's in the bathroom in a hotel. I have to do it, So, yeah.
So you're genetically predisposed to kind of do this. It's not a struggle for you, the diet part.
No, actually, I don't think. I really like the foods I eat. I think I've retrained my taste buds, to be honest. But I do think I'm made for this.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's a lot of mindset that's involved, but I don't really feel like I'm missing out when I see people eat pizza or ice cream, right? So, no, I love what I do, and it just all falls into place, I guess. So
you told me, and this is actually an interesting question. You told me you took about a week off after the Olympia to kind of just from the gym and from the diet. What does that look like? I mean, tell me what you eat during a week with no bodybuilding, no fitness, no nothing. What's that week look like for you?
Well, yeah, so I did take that week off because, half of it was I was trying to recover from this horrible jet lag. But I was still quite active. I still walked around and stuff, but I just wasn't oh, yeah, I'll go to the gym right now. As far as diet, I didn't really have any intense cravings, so I didn't go that crazy. I mean, I had some protein bars and peanut butter and stuff like that, fitnessy foods that are fun, but nothing too horrible, nothing like nachos or anything.
So you're not someone who craves. Okay.
I'm not a foodie. I will tell you that. I don't crave that much. I know it sounds like I'm an alien, but even after shows, I'm I'd rather just have a shower, a protein bar, a Diet Coke, and go to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even.
Well, that explains why you look so good then. If food's not a urge for you, because it is for some people,
right.
And their diet is just they can't wait to get off it so they can eat all the junk and all that. So you're not like that.
No, I used to be though, but I'm telling you, I think I retrained my taste buds. Wow. But yeah, I used to be like that.
So you would binge before, or you would have some cravings?
I would definitely indulge after shows and go a little overboard.
Okay.
But I have not done that in a long time. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's one of my things is that helps me through is just not having that urge just to go crazy afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I always say what tastes better than a cheat meal right now? Another W. So, and a lot of times.
Collecting those.
Yeah, and those taste better than any cheat meal. Any burger ever could is a W, right? So I'm always thinking about the next show as soon as I get off stage. I'm already thinking about this show in 2 months.
Yeah, I was going to say you had such a tremendous year in 2021. You're already thinking about 2022, and I was shocked when you're telling me I'm competing in 8 weeks. That's why I look so good. I'm holy crap. So really, you've dieted, you've been prepping all of last year, and you're back at it already with just little breaks here and there. What are you looking for 2022? You're really good. You were telling me off camera. You're really good about setting some goals for yourself, which I think is great because no matter how well you're doing, you still want more. So tell me a little bit about how you see 2022 and what you would like to accomplish.
So I would like to compete even more next year. Because, hey, why not? I think I tested myself this year. Like I said, my body can handle it. I'm happy I'm healthy. Nothing's wrong. No injuries or anything of that sort. So if my body's like, yeah, go for it, then I'm going to go for it because I realize I'm in a very unique position, right? I'm having fun with what I do. I don't have a lot of responsibility in my life. I don't have like a family. I don't have kids. I don't have pets. Like I can do whatever the heck I want when I want. I have an awesome sponsor that takes care of everything as far as travel and competitions. Awesome. And I'm just having the time of my life with these shows. Like I swear it's so much fun to me. I get bored. I'm already bored because I'm not competing right now. But, you know.
That's a long break for you too much.
That's the longest break I had all year. So, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to competing even more next year and making more improvements.
What were your expectations before the Olympia this year? After having this kind of year with all those wins, in your head, did you have an expectation as far as Olympia finish?
I just wanted to reverse that dang trend of going down one placing every single year. Yeah. I wanted to reverse that so badly, and I did, and then some. So I'm super proud of myself.
So it wasn't like, okay, I want to finish top 5, top 3. You just wanted to go the other way.
Yes, exactly. So I did that, and I'm like, yes, finally.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you impressed a lot of people this year. I think you gave a lot of people who have been in the sport for a long time as well the motivation to say, it's never over until you say it's over, and you prove that. And I know you say the bikini is not like open bodybuilding and all that stuff, but it's still bodybuilding. You still got to do the work. You still got to train. You still got to eat the food. You still got to do all that work. So to me, it is the same, just on a different level, right?
Yeah, I agree, and I would never take that away from the bodybuilders, right? I know they have such a tougher job, and I would assume they would not be able to maintain all year like a bikini competitor would, because it's not as extreme being a bikini competitor. But I mean, it is a lot of the mindset, same type of mindset, and kind of dealing with losses too, and things not going your way, and just pushing forward and being resilient, and just not letting things get to you like that. And I think as long as we take every loss as a learning lesson, and we just use that for the next show, so hey, that mistake's not going to happen again. But yeah.
Well, let's talk about post bodybuilding a little bit, because you just mentioned family, you mentioned kids and all that stuff. Is that something that you would like to have eventually? Would you like to have a family? Would you like to be the typical, I don't want to say typical, but would you like to have a family and all that stuff down the road?
No, I don't think so.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I never say never, but I've been waiting my whole life to have that urge, and I'm repulsed by it right now. I'm like, no, because I like my freedom. I'm a little bit selfish. I like my freedom.
It's okay.
I just like to be like, you know what? I'm going to go here tomorrow, and no one's going to tell me otherwise. No one's depending on me. I don't have to take care of anybody. Yeah. I'm living for me, and I'm having the time of my life. So I don't feel like there's anything missing in my life with that. So for now, I'm fine. I don't want that.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. People change also. It doesn't mean because you feel like that today, we'll feel like that in 5-10 years.
Exactly. And then, maybe I'll look back on this interview and be like, oh, I proved myself wrong or whatever. But yeah, right now I'm just like, no, don't want that. Mm-mm.
Well, you're such on a roll anyway right now. It's not really the time to kind of stop. You're doing so great.
Exactly. I'm having the time of my life. I'm literally the happiest I've ever been. So got to keep going,
That's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Ashley. So I was noticing that this is actually the first time you ever came to the Dragon's Lair. You were not even here for the grand opening back in what was it March? Was it March?
March 7th.
And why did you not come to the grand opening?
Well, because no one invited me, and I thought you guys didn't like me, so.
That's why she's never been here. What do you have to say?
I'm shocked. First of all, I didn't even know she lived in Vegas. We had this conversation off camera, about a couple of days ago?
Yes.
And I was like, what? She lives here?
Yes.
So my apologies. That's genuine. I think we had everybody but you, I guess. So my apologies.
So I'm really glad we got her in today. Flex was excited to have you. You guys actually are going way back. You were actually at Gaspard together. In what year, Flex?
Oh my gosh! I just finished a massage, so I'm a little space cadet right now. So,
can you remember?
2013 through 15 era, something like that.
Old friends.
Yeah, it was like a minute ago. I know we we were in FIBO together at one point in time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, so we go way back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you're tired. You just got out from a massage, but I want to have you in here as a cameo real quick. Thank you so much for having us today. We love shooting here. She was actually glad to come here, and then I hope she comes back, right?
I'm glad to have her here. And when you say massage, Dave, I just got beat the heck up. It's not one of these massages.
One of those foo-foo massage.
No, we got the torture room here in the gym now, so I just got beat the heck up. But all our jokes aside, it's glad to have you here. I'm excited to have you here. We have a lot of champions that are coming in and out, and as you can see,
Olympians, yeah.
behind the camera, we have Flex Wheeler. We have a big amateur that's coming from Dubai. We have Danny Hester, Mr. Olympia, classic physique, and now yourself.
Yeah.
So very excited to have you here. Very excited to see you training here, and hopefully more days to come.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, champ.
No problem.
All right, man. What do you think about that?
Well,
How does that sound?
well, that sounds great. Now we cleared that up. I thought I wasn't cool enough or something,
You're part of
or
the cool kids.
I was just extremely forgettable, or no one liked me. I don't know. But that clears it up. Okay.
I think everyone enjoys having your company, and you're a great champion. You inspire a lot of people, including other champions. So I really appreciate you coming back on JTV today. Best of luck with the next 8 weeks, and I'm sure we'll be there. Legend. So it's a local show. I would love to go see there in Vegas. Can't miss it.
You better be there.
All right.
Come on, how can you miss?
Ashley, thank you so much. And as good as your year was this year, I wish you an even better 2022. I'm sure you're going to do it, and very inspiring. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It means a lot.
Dave My Max 6 with Ashley Kaltwasser for JTV, and we're out.